I'm Grace Torrey, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, Grace Torrey, and I'm back with a whole new podcast episode. Today's podcast episode, we are going to be talking about how to make money quickly when you need it. And I'm not going to BS you and say to go play a game online or go use some sort of website and it's going to make you money. No, these are all things that I have done because your girl is in her hustler era. So if you want to make a little extra money, find some creative ways to do that are actually pretty easy, definitely stick around. Before we jump in, obviously I have to do a life update. Hi everyone, roll call. Are we all doing well? Are you here? Are you making it? It's a Wednesday. I'm barely here, but it's okay. Low-key went to the hospital yesterday. I wasn't dying. It's not like I went to the ER, but I had to have a test done. So kind of ruined my whole life, low-key, because I wasn't allowed to sleep before I did the test because they were checking out my brain and they wanted me to be a certain, I guess, in a certain state. So just messed up my entire life, rocked my world. But I did go to work today. I didn't go to work yesterday, and I'm on the rise, I guess. I'm on the mend. So I'm doing that. I've been working on a lot of stuff, just lots going on behind the scenes, and hopefully I can talk to you about it soon. But other than that, there's not very many life updates going on. So let's go ahead and jump on into our little side hustles. So some of these are long-term. You can do them in the long run, keep doing them over and over. Some of these are more one-time things. So the first one I'm gonna say is a little bit obvious, I guess. I don't know. But I didn't really think about it until I kind of just went around my house and then I was like, oh my gosh. Dang. Garage sale. I know. If you have already thought of this, you're probably like, Grace, what the heck? But if you haven't, life-changing. I was literally talking to people around my neighborhood because I live in a pretty busy neighborhood. I live on one of the busiest, if not the busiest streets in the neighborhood. And I was talking to someone who didn't even live in a busy neighborhood or busy part of the neighborhood. And she said that she literally makes $1,000 every time she does a garage sale. Now, there's a catch-22 to that. You have to have things to sell. But if you're like me and you didn't really get rid of anything from college to your adult life, or you have had the same clothes in your closet since you were literally 13, it's time. Literally just get everything out there on a rack, put everything in your driveway, and let it all go. If you're in a bind and you need money immediately, obviously you can go to a pawn shop, but you're gonna lose a lot of money. Whereas at garage sales, you can probably get way closer to what you pay, or what the value of it actually is, what it's worth. So definitely don't underestimate a good old-fashioned garage sale. Put a sign at the beginning of your neighborhood and let things go. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a virtual garage sale, but I do want to put a disclaimer. You need to be careful. Honestly, I have Josh list everything for me because it's a lot more likely to get valid, legit people inquiring than scary fake people wanting to come and murder me. But I did sell some things on my own too, so just use your best judgment. And I am talking about the Wild West, also known as Facebook Marketplace. If you want to sell things and you don't live in a place where you can have garage sale, Facebook Marketplace is the way to do it. You're not going to make as much as you would at a garage sale, but you can sell some good stuff on there, especially if you don't have enough things to do one big sale and you just have random things. There's going to be someone out there who's going to buy it. I haven't tried eBay or anything like that, but that's another option. Definitely don't use Craigslist. We're not down that bad. But Facebook Marketplace is a good virtual garage sale, but like I said, be careful. I don't like listing things. I would much rather Josh list them because just as a young woman who has where I work and stuff on my Facebook, I don't feel very comfortable with just putting things on the marketplace. So use your best judgment there, but it is a good way to make money pretty quick. It does get a lot of action, especially if you post things in groups. So say you post, for example, when we were selling Josh's truck, we put it in truck groups in our area, and that blew it up and it sold immediately. Whereas if we just had it on there, we were getting like a couple inquiries like here and there, but no one was serious. So the next thing I want to talk about is sell something you know how to make, or a service that you can do. Keep it PG. I'm not telling you to solicit. If you know how to make something really cool, like for the Eras Tour, I've seen so many people make really cute Taylor Swift things like tumblers and picture frames and all of these really cute things and then sell them. Those are a really good example of, say you know how to crochet, you know how to paint something really cool, you know how to paint Bibles or books, those are really common, you know how to knit little sweaters. Literally whatever your little niche talent is, find a way to monetize it, and then you're gonna sell it, but you're not gonna sell it on Etsy. Do not use Etsy unless like you are okay with that. The thing about Etsy is they take so much of your money, and it's really hard to sell on there unless you're buying ads, because they really prioritize people who buy ads, obviously, and it's gotten to the point that everyone buys ads. So unless you're just like a wizard who is pointing people to your Etsy and you have other social media to kind of funnel them to your Etsy, and then once that pops off, the algorithm picks it up, honestly, I would stick to Facebook. It's free, and you just post in groups. So for example, I'm selling friendship bracelets for dogs. What am I going to do? I'm going to post in small business groups. I'm going to post in pet groups. I'm going to post in bracelet groups. I'm going to post in groups for women in my area because it really is catered towards them. That's what I'm posting in, and I'm just either posting and saying message me to order, or referring them to a Facebook marketplace posting. But that is getting me way more traction. I'm getting 100% of the profits, whereas if you post on Etsy or Shopify or whatever the thing is, there's some sort of margin that you have to take out and give to them. So definitely go towards selling things on free ways. You can also use social media. TikTok is a big one, but if you want money quick, I'm telling you, Facebook groups is the way to go, or Facebook Marketplace, because you don't have to deal with growing your following or paying for ads to maybe sell something. So I'm telling you, find out what you're good at, monetize it. And the way to do that efficiently is to find out something that you can make quickly. I love crocheting, but it takes me like 4 days to crochet something. Whereas if I make a bracelet, I can do like 4 bracelets a night. So that's 4 sales versus 1 sale. And obviously one may be more expensive than the other, but you just got to find your sweet spot. So definitely do that. And when it comes to a service, for example, dog walking. If you love walking dogs, go in your neighborhood Facebook group and offer to walk people's dogs. Nail trimming for dogs is a big one. Babysitting is a huge one. Nannying is a huge one. Guys, if you're not on Facebook, get on Facebook, because that is a huge way. And I know you're like, Facebook, but I'm telling you, I post in our neighborhood group all the time, and I'm like, hey, does anyone need babysitting? Cool. Immediately get 5 people who need babysitting. Does anyone need someone to walk their dogs? Cool. Immediately get people to walk their dogs. It's also a great resource if you turn it around and say you need a dog walker, or you need someone to babysit for you. I personally don't, but you may. And you can do literally everything. You like doing people's nails or doing your own nails? Cool. Do other people's nails. You like doing makeup? Cool. Do other people's makeup. You like photography? Cool. Do other people's photography. And if you're a beginner, obviously you can't charge as much. But if you're in a bind where you need money quick and you just need like $50, then that is the way to go. It's quick, and like I said, you don't have to build a following, and you get 100% of the profit. So another thing that you need to do, that you're gonna roll your eyes when I say it, this is another obvious one, is evaluate your subscriptions and expenses. I finally got on Truebill. I figured out how to link my credit cards and my account, because before I was just looking at my checking account, and most of my subscriptions come out of my credit cards, so I was missing like 90% of my subscriptions, and I finally stopped being lazy and linked all of it. I think it's called Rocket Money now, but I probably cut out $50 of subscriptions a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're living paycheck to paycheck, that's a lot. So evaluate your subscriptions. Another thing is to stop eating out, like at all. If you're me, you love a good DoorDash, you love a good getting a coffee, you love a good going out on the weekends and getting a mimosa, but girl, you don't need it. Make it at home. Make it at home. And one thing about 2023 is we're all loving having like little parties, inviting people over for tea. Like that is the vibe. Invite people over for mimosas and have someone bring one thing, someone bring another, someone bring breakfast. Like make it a fun thing. I was literally talking to Josh last night and I was like, man, I really want French toast. And he's like, I'll DoorDash the ingredients and make you some French toast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? I love you. But I was like, why would you DoorDash the ingredients when you could just go on IHOP and buy French toast? And he was like, Grace, it's literally cheaper to buy the ingredients than it is to DoorDash a meal of French toast on IHOP. Like all of the ingredients. And I was shocked. I don't know, maybe I'm just behind, but I was genuinely shocked when I heard this. So make food at home, but make it fun. Like I said, invite your friends over, have a little night with your boyfriend, take some you time. Cooking for me is like very meditative. Is that a word? I don't know. I meditate while I'm cooking. It's very therapeutic. It's me time. I love cooking, and so it's really not an issue for me. The issue for me is having the time to do it, which I am getting more and more aware of and making more time for. But I genuinely promise you, eating at home is gonna change your life because you're gonna find you have so much more food or so much more money, and you're gonna be healthier because I eat healthier when I'm at home. I feel like the food when I eat out is never, ever, ever as healthy as the food I cook. Even if I cook the exact same meal, I feel like I use substitutes for like the milk and sugar and bread and meat, and I just do it so much better and healthier in my eyes. Obviously, it's all in the eye of the beholder. Additionally, I am a huge believer in energy, and I've talked about this on the podcast before. I believe that when you buy food out, the person who is cooking your food may not be putting the best energy into it, because when they're cooking, they're probably tired, they're probably a little annoyed, they're probably not having the best time at work, and that is the energy they're exuding while they're cooking your food. Whereas if you're cooking at home and you're calm and you have music on and it's a good vibe and your house is clean and you're just vibing, the energy you're putting into the food is a lot more meditative, positive, happy, a vibe versus the food you're getting. So that's personally what I believe. You can believe that, you cannot believe that, but eating at home is going to change your life. But all of that to say, evaluate your expenses, your bills, what you're spending, your subscriptions, and see what you can tweak and change for the time being, because you may end up with way more money, even like instantly within like the next couple of days, than what you originally thought you had, all because you switched something small. Okay, the next one is if you have enough followers. This is kind of for my social media girlies. You don't have to have 1 million followers. You don't even have to have 10,000 followers. But if you have enough of a following to go live on social media, go live, especially on TikTok. So, for example, as you guys know, my dogs have like 20,000 followers on TikTok. You can go live at 1,000, which is really not that bad to get. Just like post like 5 videos a day for like a week and you'll get 1,000 followers. The thing about this is it is an account for the dogs and my animals in general. So what I can do is I can go live and just say like, watch my bunnies, which I actually do this. Watch my bunnies on a certified good pupper when I go live, and they just vibe out, and you can just watch my bunnies hang out. But you just set it on something that you enjoy and that you're going to do for a long time. And you make money, because when people send you roses, when they send you sunglasses, when they send you diamonds, when they send you any of that, that is real money. Is it a lot of money? No, but over time it builds up. So say you don't have bunnies, just do something you enjoy. Some people do knitting. Josh has a racing sim, so he just goes live on his racing sim. You like playing guitar, you like crocheting, you like painting, you like fishing. There is something for everyone on there, so just find something that you can do for a really long time and go live. That's literally all you have to do. I know you're like, what? But just do it, and then you can go live forever, and that's that. That's Dallas. Like, Eventually, you may not make money overnight, but there have been times where I've done it and then someone has just gifted me a bunch because they've been like, wow, I love this. You may make nothing one day, you may like make 50 bucks the next day, but it's definitely worth doing and it can grow your account, so why not? The last thing I have on here, wow, this is gonna be a really short episode. I'm so sorry. I thought I would talk more. I really need to step my game up on the podcast. I know. I'm aware. If you have any ideas for podcast episodes, please send them to me because I'm burnt out. So I'm on a creative rut right now, but I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, the last thing we are going to talk about is my favorite if you have a little extra time, and that is the Goodwill treasure hunt. Have you ever been to Goodwill? If you have a Goodwill near you, you are underutilizing a huge resource. So the thing about Goodwill is everyone donates things. And one man's trash is another man's treasure. So I know someone who actually does this full time. She goes to Goodwill, gets things that she thinks are worth a lot, or she looks up and are worth a lot, and then she sells them for like 4 times, 5 times, 6 times as much as she paid. So she could pay $1 for something and sell it for $15 and makes a $14 profit. She does this full time and she makes more than I do having a 40-hour-a-week full-time job. Obviously, you don't have to go to that extent. However, what you do is you go on Google, you go to image search, so the camera pulls up on your phone, look at different items, and if something looks unique or like it's worth a lot, take a picture of it. And then Goodwill will literally tell you, or your phone will literally tell you how much it is worth. Now, this may not sell in a day, this may not sell in 2 days, but eventually it will sell. There have been times that I know the girl who I'm talking about who does this full time, she has made like $2,000 in profits on one item doing this, and it's really easy, and you do have to spend money to make money, but you're gonna sell it. It's just a question of when. Yeah, it's like really, I mean, it's a vibe. Also, if you want to go there and see something that's really cute and it's $1, turn around and sell it at a garage sale for $10. I know this is not like the best thing to do in the world, so I don't know. I would just like, if you're thrifting, it's okay, but if there's like a vase, I don't know. It makes me feel weird to buy things that are for people who can't afford much and then turn around and upcharge it. But if there is something that's like a vase or something that isn't gonna be used every day and is more of a statement piece, it's not as bad. So if you see something that's cute, fits the vibe, I would say go for it. So yeah, that is the last thing I have on my list. So I'm sorry this was shorter, like I mentioned, but I really hope that you found something on here that can help you out. If you do any of these tips, let me know how much you made because I really am genuinely interested. I am still in the process of finding more ways, but as you know, I like to buy things. I have a couple businesses, but it costs money to make money, so sometimes you have to spend more money than you have at the moment to turn around and make that money, like buying inventory for your businesses. That's where I'm at right now. So obviously I have to get creative and hustle. So I want to know, what are you trying? Let me know how it goes. Give me all the tea. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at thatgirlthepod. Don't forget to follow me on whatever you are on right now, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all the things. Please, 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 if you have about 2 extra seconds, leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or leave a like and a comment on YouTube. Changes my life, and it costs you like 2 seconds, so it can be your good deed for the day, costs you nothing, and is not kidding, changing my life for the better. So I love you. I upload every single Wednesday and Sunday. If you're watching this on Wednesday night, I hope you have a great night. If you're watching this on any other day, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or night. I love you so, so much, and I will see you in my next podcast episode. Bye, guys. Love you.